today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I make my feeder adjuster, because I discovered that when you go to buy feeder or some manual drinkers, they don't normally include adjuster. So I decided to construct an adjuster that can easily be used to adjust this feeder or the manual drinker without stress. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Farm Base with Maki. On this channel, we show you how to maximize profit in poultry farming through creativity. If you are new here, my name is OJ. I've been into poultry farming since 2020, designing and constructing most of the equipment I use myself. Let's get started. First, the material. This is alumaco board. You can make use of flat wood that is strong enough to withstand the weight of the feed in the feeder. So I have this lying down, so I'll be making use of something like this. Now the tools I'll be using, this is saw, the wooden saw, and this is cutlass, the hammer, the screwdriver, the scissors, and 3 inches or 4 inches nail. So what I want to do is something like this. I just need something like this to be able to adjust the feeder. I mean something like this. This is what I want to replicate. So let's proceed. Now I won't make use of this whole board because I don't like wasting materials normally. So you can see where I'm marked. I'll be making use of this side, and this length is even too long for one. So I'm going to cut it into two, so that I'll be able to use it for two pieces, something like this. So to cut this now, I can either place my cutlass here and then use hammer to hit it until it cuts. But I'll be making use of the saw blade to make that cut. Okay? So like I said, I need to just cut it. Please be careful when you are making use of this saw. Just be careful. Here's the cut. Okay. Now I've cut the part I want. Now I need to cut this in two. So to do that, I'll be making use of the cutlass. I just place it across that my mark. So just hit it a little until hit it. Okay, and I have the two that I want. So just use your hammer to hit it a little so that any rough edges will be smoothing out. Okay. Okay. This is it. Now I need to mark out where I want to punch hole. So I need to punch hole at this end, punch hole at this other end, and then cut a notch, something of this, cut it at this end. That will be all. And to do that, I need this 3 inches nail to punch this first. Just need to punch, then expand it a little so that the scissors can go in. Then do the same to this other end, expand it a little so that the scissors can go in. Now next is to bring my scissors, one end of the scissors, just place it in the hole and then squeeze until the hole is wide enough to accommodate the rope you want to use. Please, this is important because the rope needs to go in freely. The rope needs to go in freely. Okay, like this is wide enough because the rope I want to use is not that thick. So I do the same to the other end. Okay, once it's wide enough, okay, this is wide enough. That's why I just use the hammer to hit it a little so that the rough edge will not cut my rope. So I just one more time, just to have a smooth hole. Okay, this is the hole. Now the only part we are left with is this notch to cut it. Now to cut this notch, I either need to use the saw blade like I said, or simply use the cutlass. For this, the cutlass will be easier for me. So I just need to place it on that point that I marked, hit it a little, and once it gets to that point that I mark, I stop. Then do the same to the other end. Once it gets to the point you mark, then you stop. Once it gets there. Okay. Now, to cut off this, I need to now use the 3 inches nail just to hit it from the end there and then push it out. That's all I need to do to make that feeder adjuster. You can see we are done. So if this hole is not wide enough, depending on the size of the rope you want to use, you can actually increase the hole a little. But for the rope I'm using, is somehow small. It's not that thick. So this hole is okay for me. So this is it. Very easy to make. With any tools available, you can do it. Remember, you can do this with wood. You can do this with any material that is strong enough to withstand the weight of the feeder, and the feeder will be inside the feeder. Okay, you can see this is the feeder adjuster that I just made. Now imagine this feeder on the floor like this. So the fowl is going to spread the wood shave on the feed. They are going to put their pool on the feed, and that will be proper. It will be hygienic enough. So in order to lift this feeder up to the level the birds will be able to feed from the feeder, that's the essence of this rope adjuster. Now to do that, the first thing you need to do, this is the rope I'll be using. You pass the rope through one end. Like I said earlier, if the hole is not wide enough, you can simply use the scissors to widen it. Then you tie the rope to one end like this. Once you are done tying it, just adjust it. Okay. Then the next thing you do, you pass this. You pass this through the feeder holder hanger like this. Then once after passing it through, passing the rope through it, then the other end of the rope will need to pass through the second hole. Now please, I need you to look at it again. I've already tied this at one end. Then just pass the feeder adjuster through this holder, then take it out like this. Then the other end of the rope will now pass through this second hole. This is it. You can see. Now to hang this rope now, this is where I'll be hanging the rope. I can either tie it to this wood or tie it to this nail. So remember, the rope should be long enough to go from the floor to where you want to tie it, because so that when you adjust it, you still have enough space. So I'm tying the rope now. This is how I'm going to tie it. Ensure you tie it properly so that it doesn't lose once you have much feed in the feeder. Okay, now I'm done tying it. You can see this is the feeder now. It's already tied to it. Now if I want to adjust this now to any level I want, you see I can adjust it down. I can adjust it to any level I want. Now I simply look at the birds. Okay, is it okay for them? Because it's supposed to be at their back level. Now if it's okay, all I need to do is simply take this other end, pass it through this notch that I created, and hook it. That's all. This feeder is good to go. So whatever play they play around the feeder now carries wood shape spread, it will never get to the feeder. Now if I observe the height is too low, I need to increase it. I simply remove it from here, adjust it to any height I want, then hook it. That's all. But this is quite high now. I need to take it down, then to the back level of the bed, then hook it. That's all. You can see the same feeder adjuster I used to adjust this my nipple drinker that I make. The pipe that they drink from is the same adjuster that I used to adjust the level of the drinker. So it's very useful, not just for the feeder. You can use it to adjust anything you don't want to be adjusting every time. This is very good, and no matter how simple you think it may be, it's very, very important, because it's not good for you to place your feeder on the floor, because it may increase the spread of the diseases in the pen. So this is it. Another thing I would like you to note, there are times the weight of the feed in the feeder will be much. Once you hook it, it's going to hook, but it will seem as if it's going down. In that case, just wrap the rope around like this and then hook it the second time. No matter the weight in this feeder, it can never go down unless the rope cuts. So this is how I adjust my feeder in my pen. Thank you. If you find this video helpful, check out my other videos in the channel. Kindly hit the subscribe button. Also like and comment in the comment section below. as this will go a long way in helping me to grow my channel and reach a larger audience. Thank you.